everybody. Sorry for the slight delay. Following our Zoom class yesterday, just discovered all my settings were completely wrong to try and live stream. So,
oops.
Took a moment or two of prodding there, but there you go. Better late than never, as the saying goes. So I hope you guys survived the weather. By heck, did we get a lot of snow here? Like, what, 20 inches almost?
No, you
18?
always exaggerate. But I will say that
18, 19?
they said we were in the biggest pocket by a few inches out here. But it was just weird. Like, some people got 10, some people got 12. I think the final count for Modena was 18.
It's nuts, I know that much. It was,
and it's
a
heavy
lot.
and wet. So be careful, people.
Yes.
Pace yourselves, you know. Don't go crazy. Do a little bit and rest. Do a little bit and rest. I know too many people who have had bad things happen by trying to kill themselves.
We want to keep you guys safe. That's our remit. Shall we see who's here?
Let's see who's here for cards today.
Oh, goodness. Hello, everybody. Pips in it.
Sean.
We have Sean,
Gilda.
we have Gilda, we have Savannah and Helena and Kaz. So there you go. It's all good. In fact, there's way more people looking at this that are looking at us than have said hello. So if
you're a member
and you want a card, you gotta say
get
hello.
Your name on the list.
It's the only way we know you're there.
All right. So one of our dear friends from Circle, Black Cat, is having surgery. So I'd like us all to send her some really good healing, positive vibes for that. I think she's having it actually
fine.
right now
while we
we're
speak,
speaking.
possibly. So
I did post on the church's private group about it as well, if you belong to that. So second show of the new year.
Loads of good juju to Black Cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So this is the last new moon coming in Water Rabbit.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
because next one changes the whole damn thing, doesn't it?
The next one changes the whole thing, yeah.
Gosh.
All right, so the Chinese New Year works a little differently, and the Chinese New Year will happen on the new moon in February. And that's going to turn to the year of the wood dragon.
Yeah, apparently so.
So, we'll actually have a chat, obviously, about that when we get a little closer. But for any of you who had... Hi, Wendy. Good morning.
Morning, Wendy.
For any of you who had water rabbit candles, today might be a good day, or the new moon that's coming. This month is like your last hoorah until the new moon next time.
Unless you're planning on saving it as part of your portfolio.
Well, there is that.
Our famous candles, never to be repeated, because that one never will. Never will.
Right.
Well, not for another 60 years, and I think...
I see somebody else just came on. Who's that?
It's Courtney. Hello, Courtney. Welcome to our channel.
Is that Courtney from Players?
It is. Courtney, who had
I'm
all manner...
so sorry about yesterday. I tried to get you the thing.
All manner of grief.
The computers were being really rude yesterday.
I know.
Like every third person that tried to place an order yesterday got a spinning ball, so it was fun.
There was some... I don't know if it was quite
grief,
that
I don't know.
bad, but...
Yes, it seems like it was.
No, you always exaggerate.
I see.
You always exaggerate. I think a good many people were able to navigate the...
But there were several that was just really frustrating.
Yeah, no, I think Recapture decided to play its sulk.
Yes.
Obviously confused with too many robots.
Yes. So, what is going on? What's written in the stars for this week?
Interesting times, I suspect.
Yes. Well, I'm going to try to start doing a little something called like Ohm Taroscopes.
Ohm Taroscope.
So I'm going to talk...
You've got an ohm to go to.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about the Ohm lunation along with the new moon's degree and the degree connected to the tarot card it's connected to.
Oh my.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
Don't try and explain it to people though.
Yes, I'm going to.
I can just see the blood trickling now.
Yeah.
It's perfectly simple. If you're going out for a haircut, you put your coat on the lower peg.
No. All right. So the new moon happens this week at 6:57 in the morning, GMT. So our new moon's going to be 5 years.
5 years, no,
5
sunny hours.
hours later than that. So the new moon's going to happen around noon on Thursday. That means from now until then, we really can't see the moon. We're in the dark moon. And dark moon is a great time to do darker magic. And then I think the next thing we would look at is what sign, Western zodiac sign, is the new moon going to be in?
Same sign as the sun.
The new moon is always in the same sign as the sun. So if Thursday was your birthday, your sun sign would be Capricorn.
You'd still be Capricorn. We ain't in Aquarius yet.
So the new moon is also going to be in Capricorn. And Capricorn is the best prosperity sign.
Well, they tend to make the what is it, the merchant bankers, don't they, and all that sort of stuff.
Well, what's also interesting is later in the year, in the Cancer time of year, we're going to have 2 Capricorn full moons. So you could do some really cool linking magic if you wanted to.
So yeah, for those of you that have been following along with the Craft of the Wise, you will now realise that when the moon is new, it's in the same sign as the sun. When it's full, it's opposite. So, come the summer solstice, the moon will be full in Capricorn, or thereabouts.
Okay.
Who we got? Oh,
Susan.
hello,
I just want to make
Susan.
sure I don't miss anybody for a card. All right. So,
Stop it, Savannah. No dark magic.
well, this is what I would suggest. New moons are a time of new beginnings.
Yes.
And because we have knowledge and we're a little more aware, we can tap into the next thing on the list, which is what sign is the new moon going to be in, and what energy does that lend?
Yeah.
So, again, Capricorn is kind of like that merchant banker, getting our career in order, getting our cash flow in order. So what I would suggest is, if you wanted to do some magic for the next 3 nights during the dark of the moon, you could use something like prosperity will wash debt off me, so mote it be.
So there you
Something
go.
very simple like that. You could say that in the shower if you don't have time to do a ritual.
Do you know what? That's actually a really good analogy, because you can actually feel the water, being like this prosperous rain over you and just washing all the crap down
And
the drain.
if you had, a little extra credit card debt from the holidays, or if there's been something hanging over you that you want to make progress with, the idea is to believe that money will come in all good ways, positive resources to help you, but set the squeeze during the dark moon to banish the debt, right? And each person is going to do it in their own personal way, and that's fine. But a really good mantra for these next 3 days, anytime you think about it, or if you're actually going to do 3 rituals, 3, spell workings.
You could.
Prosperity will wash debt off me, so mote it be.
Not a bad mantra, that.
No, it's really good. And it's a great time to do that. Like you're clearing the deck. And then you could also now build the prosperity for the 2 weeks between the Capricorn new moon and the coming full moon, right? Which is going to be Leo, because we'll be into Aquarius by the time we get there. So these 3 days, banish debt. Then for 2 weeks, increase your cash flow coming in. It It could be a better career. It could be income in some way. It could be a windfall.
Ooh.
You know, sometimes things come to us we don't even know we had available to us. It doesn't have to be from a bad thing, like, oh my God, I wrecked my car and they totaled it, and you know, that kind of
That's
thing.
not good.
That's
No,
not what
no,
I'm
no.
talking about.
That's not what we want.
I'm talking about saying money is flowing to me in
All
good
ways.
ways.
Let's
right?
put that caveat on it.
All
Good
right.
ways.
So for the next 3 days, prosperity will wash debt off me, so mote it be, banishing debt. Then from Thursday noon for the 2 weeks till the full moon, money
Focus
is
on growth.
flowing to me in all good ways.
Focus on growth.
And those are great mantras.
They are, you know, anytime your mind goes into idle, you know, and you think you're thinking about nothing, just drop back onto that little mantra. And you could say it to yourself, or you could even say it out loud really quietly, you know. But it's kind of cool, because the more you associate with something, the more gravitas it has, you know. It's got that, it solidifies, you know. We speak it into being, quite literally. We communicate our idea, which is our thought, which comes before the word. We turn it into a word, and we utter the word, so we declare it, and we make it manifest by its description, so to speak. So yeah. Listen, oh guru of astrology, I happen to have a Capricorn moon.
Oh, cool.
Is there something special I should be doing other than shoveling snow?
Well, the moon is going to be new in the house where your moon resides.
Yes.
Right? Because we know the new moon is going to happen on your moon.
I'm having a lunar return.
Yes, we have one of those every month. Every month. But that it's new there could spark some new ideas for you career-wise. And I believe your moon, don't start singing the song, but I believe your moon is in the 7th house, because Cancer is your rising sign.
No, I can't unhear it now. Let's not align Jupiter with Mars. No.
So that would mean that you may benefit from partnerships or contracts over that 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And we also have Jupiter trine, and there's all kinds of amazing things going on in the heavens. But
once it's a big but.
You know, please take the astrology class if you want to learn more. All right.
If you want to live dangerously, take the astrology class.
All right. So
Actually, joking apart, she lulls you into a false sense of security. It starts out beautifully, and you go, "Oh, I got this," and when you get to sextiles,
stop it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna just recap a second, because we're building information here, right?
All right.
So the next 3 days are the dark moon. We're going to banish debt. Prosperity will wash debt off me, so mote it be. Now, the moon is in a sign for about 2.5 days. So part of this dark moon time, we have the moon in Sag. Okay? So that's a fire sign.
it is.
So you might want to do your banishing work with candle magic or some sort of fire magic as well. In other words, if you're going to do a serious spell or not just mantra, right? Like I'm saying, tomorrow morning in the shower, prosperity, wash dead of me, so mote it be. But maybe tomorrow evening, you want to do candle magic, and you could use your Year of the Water Rabbit, because that year is also waning, because we're moving towards the next one. Or you could actually write out on a piece of paper the bills that you want to banish, the debt that you want to banish, an amount or a particular company that you don't want to do business with anymore, whatever, and you could burn that. Also, the new moon that is coming, we're building another step here. The new moon that is coming isn't just the Capricorn new moon. In the Celtic lunar zodiac,
Oh, we had to go there, didn't we?
it's the Rowan moon, which is 2 to the right? It's the first set. Two
The
to
first
the
set
right.
go to the right, yeah.
So
No, the other left.
we know that, as I have this little oem here, the first lunation, Birch, begins the day after mistletoe, Albanarth, Yule. And the next lunation that would come is Rowan. And Rowan is fire of fire, right? And yes, our little mantra for Rowan is Rowan berry, red thread, keep us safe from all dread. So again, you have that fiery energy mixing with the Capricorn energy. So your spell could ask Rowan to protect assets as you banish debt.
See, there you go.
Right? Or again, use fire to banish. What do you got there?
Tony is now singing The Age of Aquarius. He says, thanks, Lisa.
Who?
Tony, Savannah's other half.
Oh.
I apologise, Tony. She does it to me as well.
No, it's really, that song is ripe for the doing because
no.
we've,
But it's awful.
When the
No.
moon is in the seventh house
Stop.
and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Anyway, I was joking with Hannah because I said, that first tick on the clock from 1960 to 2020 was free love and drugs. And now we're from 2020 to 2080, it's going to be free drugs and love.
All right.
But anyway, all right, so the next step on there.
Love takes on many guises, doesn't it? It's not the...
so does free drugs.
Well, exactly.
The freedom to smoke pot. You can already see these things happening.
Well, yeah, but there's also the
pharmaceutical companies being held accountable. Anyway,
don't
don't get into all that.
I know, but we should. We should.
All right. So now we've got Dark Moon, banishing debt, Sagittarius, fire, getting that gone. We've got the new moon in Capricorn, money and career.
Yes.
We've got the new moon being Rowan, which I put back
you just
in the bag.
put away because
okay, so
it again.
Rowan berry, red thread, keep us safe from all dread. Or fire of fire, so you could ask Rowan to burn a way forward, to showing you how to increase and be passionate about making the money that's coming and be passionate about your career, right, for those 2 weeks from the new moon to the full moon. And there's another piece.
Oh, now what?
We can look at the degree of the new moon.
Now we're getting astrological.
And that brings us a tarot card. So we're doing a tarot scope OM view of the new moon.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not trying to make it so that you can't function. What I'm trying to do is give you information for everything that's available for your magical recipe, right? Like, if you were just starting out as a cook, you might have a steak and you might know how to cook that steak. This is just a, information, right? So you might know how to cook that steak. And then somebody came along and said, well, you know what? These 3 days before you're going to make the steak, you might want to marinate it. Oh, I have another ingredient. I could marinate the steak. All right. And then each thing that you add on could enhance the recipe. Oh, look, here's some sliced potatoes that you could roast in the juices in the pan.
You're making me hungry.
And here's some rosemary and a few bits of carrot or whatever else you're going to add. So in the end, the plate that you serve is way more than just
a lump of meat.
It has a lot of other enhancements. So that's why I'm giving you this information. You could just make the steak. I don't care. On the morning of the new moon, you can do your work. But if you have the access to what all the other ingredients offer and you want to use them, that's what I'm trying to give you, more information.
Why be a short order cook when you can be a 3-star Michelin chef?
There you go. So the degree of the new moon is 20 degrees. And that gives us opportunity. Oh. Oh no. It's 21, you're right. I gotta find...
While you're looking... a transparent moment.
Transparent
a moment of transparency.
Oh my goddess.
Hey, that's why you join us, isn't it? To see
For the comedy.
Yes.
I'm just exhausted from yesterday.
So listen, Sean. Sean writes, any Rowan Berry class in the future, please.
Rowan Berry class?
I've got an earth-shattering disappointment for you.
So this fall we harvested
a lot of rowan berries from our rowan tree out front.
to use for the new moon.
There's a very fat mouse somewhere with the poops. You've lost it.
I've lost it.
How can you lose 20? Let me look.
The judgment card.
I know.
All right.
I know,
Well, anyway,
I
in
know.
numerology,
I'll find it. Don't worry.
in numerology, we break everything down. So 2-0 is actually 2 plus 0, which comes to 2. So the tarot available is the High Priestess, which is a 2.
Right.
But I'm looking for judgment.
I'm getting there.
All right,
Just speak
which is
slower.
a 2, and look at that. At the base of her gown is this beautiful new crescent moon. It tells us we're starting a new phase, new year, new things. And then we also have Archangel Gabriel, God's strength, and he's coming with this red cross to heal whatever it is. So we could put these 2 cards on our altar, and we could petition Gabriel, who is a very fiery kind of dude, right? Remember that holiday song? The angel Gabriel from heaven came. His wings as drifted snow, his eyes as flame.
Really?
Oh, he's going to work with this spell too. And then we want to start something new, and we want insight and information and awareness to put onto that passionate energy. So you have banishing for 3 days in the dark moon. You have the new moon in Capricorn and all the energy that Capricorn brings. You have the rowan, right? And the rowan berries have a little 5-pointed star. They're part of the rose family. That's another story. But that little 5-pointed star is like a pentacle. You could use a picture of a rowan tree or a rowan berry on your altar. And you have these 2 cards. You have the Om. You're all set. And you could really make a big magical recipe. So I'm going to try to make sure that we talk about all those possibilities astrologically, not just talk about, moon in Capricorn, blah, blah, blah.
I want to show you something else while we're doing this, because we're going to let you into some innermost secrets. We're talking about this. Notice on her chest, she has this cross. Notice on this flag, we have this cross. Notice what's going on here is resurrection. You've probably never thought about what the word resurrection truly means, but resurrection means to stand back up. The sun has come down, it's died on the cross, as it's crossed the equinox, it's hit the wall, and now it turns back up again, and it is coming back to life.
So yes, sadly, no specific Rowan class.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I really want to teach the Ogham yet. I'm not really there yet. But we certainly do make the best use of our Celtic lunar zodiac in our circles.
We do.
So this coming Friday, we will be doing prosperity magic, and we are certainly going to invite the energy of Rowan. Unfortunately, everybody won't get a Rowan berry in their pouch now because the poo-poo mouse ate them.
There would be poo-poo because there's a lot of sorbitol in rowan berries.
The whole box.
Which does make you poop.
Well, I say
At
the
the
whole
bottom.
box. It was about 40 berries in a little
More than
box.
enough, yeah.
And now there's just shreds.
I don't know. Mice have got a right to eat, but
Yeah, but I don't know. I need a cat.
Well, you could
Out
take
at the
Skittle
shop,
back.
yeah.
Skittle would get the mice, but she'd also tear up everything.
Oh, she's so funny. I remember Mia was laying down looking under the pantry door. And I said, Mia, what are you doing? There couldn't possibly be a mouse in... And I opened the door, and Skittle, who was across the room, shot past Mia, grabbed the mouse, and ran.
She's just a violent little bugger. She looks like she's cute, but she's not. She's the spawn
like
of Satan.
Napoleon syndrome. She's
Squeezed from the butt cheeks of Satan, without doubt. Ah, gosh. Oh, apparently Savannah says she's going to need to rewatch this with a notebook.
No, well, There's a lot of information that we gave out today.
There really is, you know. So tell your friends. Let's
make this a big podcast. Let's stop being a well-kept secret.
Can you imagine if there were like 100,000 people watching it? We would need a couple of moderators. Some of our trusted bunch to be moderators.
Going off.
I wonder who'd love to be a moderator amongst these lot. Well, she can't call you now.
No, it's a spam risk anyway.
Oh, just put them live on.
Yeah.
on YouTube. We should patch them through. We should go. All right then. Let's hear your spam. You're live on YouTube. That's it. Oh, too much fun. I love it. I love it. There was some guy, I can't remember what his name was now. I'm sure somebody would know out there. But he wound up this telemarketer. He was pretending to be like some detective investigating the murder of the person that the spammer was calling. It's so funny.
Yeah, it is very funny, actually. He interrogates him like, how did you know the murder victim?
What was the nature of your relationship? I didn't have a relationship.
Do you have his number? It's really funny. Anyway, no.
Where are you at?
Oh, honestly, the spam has just been incredibly crazy. That's what people who call the shop know, that we have now a screening thing.
We have to.
He had to put it on there so that if you really aren't a spam bot or a spammer or somebody from India trying to talk to us about our car warranty. It was bad because, you'd be up on a ladder putting things on the wall and the phone
arms
rings,
full of stuff, juggling away,
and So you do your best to try to get there, and you get to the phone and it's like...
Great news for septic tank owners. No.
So now unfortunately, you have to listen to this little thing for about, 30, 40 seconds and then press the right button to actually get through to the shop, because it's really cut down on the calls.
It's cut down on the junk calls, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's phoned us and said that's too hard to get through to you. I don't think so.
No, I mean, a couple of people are annoyed with it that call all the time for appointments and things.
By the same token, there are people who would just expect instant gratification.
Well, not only that, if you're on the phone with somebody, you'd have to put them on hold over and over again because the phone was just ringing all the time. But that's been solved, so that's cool.
Fun, eh?
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm looking forward to all the shoveling.
All right then. So a lot of people saying anything today. You people have we stunned you into silence? Is that what we've done?
No, I think they're all exhausted from shoveling.
Oh, I bet they're not. Who's been out shoveling this morning or yesterday? What fun!
Yeah, the neighbor next door. I think they shoveled like 4 times, so they didn't have to do it all at once.
Well, she works crazy long hours. I know that. So she has to go out. I've got a feeling it's throwing adverts. That's what's going on. It doesn't bother me one bit.
I'm glad you resolved.
That was me.
Yeah.
Found a resolution for the spam.
It's
Monday mood.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Magical Mondays. And it's bright and it's sunny out there. And the next storm apparently is going to be all rain, so it's going to melt.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it melting all the snow, flooding our basement.
Well, there's some pump work, so it's all good. We just might have to splash down there temporarily. That's all fun. Right, well, let's shuffle and see what's going on then.
You all right? No, you went all tired too.
I'm going to have to go to sleep.
No, we got a shoveling.
Sleep in time. Apparently Helena's crying.
Okay, can you move?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. The number you've reached has been temporarily disconnected. Yes.
There you go. All right, so first on the docket is Sean.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Hermit.
If it is. Well, it's not. But it is, in fact, the Minor Justice card, which is kind of cool. The Minor Arcana Justice card. Let's put that right. So I think this is a caveat for you to say make best possible use of all available resources, Sean. And don't just yield to the one who yells the loudest, Because that doesn't always follow. It doesn't always follow that if somebody demands, you've got to take care of me, you've got to take care of me, you've got to take care of me. Do they really need taking care of? If we look really closely here, this person's getting 4 of the 6, presumably, although it would divide evenly by 2. You could have 3 each, but not going there. But looking closely, there's this dirty, great big red ticket sticking out of this person's this person's pocket here. So he may not be as destitute as he makes out to be. Just saying. So use your discernment, make best possible use of all available resources, and not everybody who yells and demands instant attention is worthy of it, if that makes sense.
Now, not too long ago, Sean said to me, I won $1 in the lottery. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, because I didn't buy a ticket. I'm going to suggest to you that maybe you do want to spend $1 and buy a lottery ticket for Friday for that Capricorn new moon building energy.
Wager $1.
But I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like the scales is important, and I know you know what I mean, and reaching goals. And I feel like things are coming into a balance and an understanding, right? This guy's wearing the color of enlightenment and intuition, and this guy's wearing the color of healing. So I think there's going to be an understanding between what's going on with you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and what's happening with you physically. And I think this is a really good card to foretell of positive things happening.
Susan apparently keeps getting kicked off. I'm sorry if your internet's not working correctly. And you must have been wearing Git when I kissed you.
I was not.
Well, not just, but I didn't kiss you just, but my lips are dry now. She curses me. I try to avoid putting lip gick on my lips because
that's what he calls chapstick and stuff. Yeah.
Well, the second you do, you're going to need to keep doing that for the rest of the winter. And now my lips are all dry, and so I apologise for being in a 2 and 8. All right, and who shoveled 100 feet and the plough came and pushed it right back after you left? You know what? That happens.
It's horrible.
That sucks, man. That sucks. Savannah sent us a $5 tip.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah.
Well, that's very, very kind. We appreciate that greatly.
All right,
Greatly.
Gilda.
Do you know Gilda is actually a form of currency? I believe it was Dutch currency. I could be wrong, before the euro.
Huh.
See, there you go. Gilda, focus. Focus is key here. This is the 5 of Cups. And it seems that the focus is on what's wrong. These spilled cups here. And oh, woe is me, my cups is spilled. Your cups aren't destroyed, girl. They're fine. You can pick them up. You don't want to drink this green crap anyway. It's not good for you. So turn around, you'll see there's two perfectly good cups behind you there. And it literally is water under the bridge, quite literally. There's good omen here. We have a river running past a house on a hill, Well, it's actually a church. So again, maybe there needs to be some spiritual healing within you. Things don't feel quite right now. So I would urge you to go to church, but I don't think your church is actually a building. I think your church is more like getting back into nature. So take a bit of time, time spent restoring yourself, time spent getting yourself back to a place where you can be truly effective isn't time wasted, it's time well invested.
I'm going to say, I think this dark moon energy is getting you very emotional. And you don't have to use it to banish debt. You can use it to banish anything that you feel is a loss or something that you don't want like following you anymore. And then this bridge to me is kind of a focus on third eye energy, like the bridge of your nose. And I think that if you did some deep breathing and releasing and focusing on the future, that would be helpful. All right, I added Tony because Savannah's saying it's like a super chat for Tony.
Well, there you go then.
Right.
We accept bribes.
All right, so Savannah is next.
Well, it's obviously this one.
Ooh, what are you worried about, girl?
Losing sleep, Fretting about stuff. That never fixes a damn thing, honestly, does it? When you think about it, this is actually working out exactly where you don't want to be, Oh, God, then this and oh, and that, and then that could happen. And then, you're mapping a route to where you don't want to be. You're manifesting in reverse. Chill out, chillax. It's all good. Try to focus on a really happy thought. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be, I made such and such laugh so much they knows their coffee. I made some incredible cookies, Something like that. Just seize onto that happy thought And I think that will help obviate the worry that's going through you right now. So ease up on the worry, because the worry's not helping.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Again, I don't want to get personal,
Well done.
but I think that I share a sentiment with you here. And that is that when you have been a really strong person, and when you're used to being able to do 10 things in one day, now it takes you 10 days to do one thing. And when you've been through a lot of medical procedures and things like that, sometimes it's hard to be upbeat when you know you have another one coming. You know, you kind of dig deep and you think, how do I have the energy to face this again, right? The last thing I want to have to do is have another surgery or have another procedure. But again, I think how we look at it is really important, because yes, it might be a huge thing to have to go through, but once we get to the other side of it, we might very well have more of our old self back. So I think this is about like getting your old self back and trying not to be so caught up in the task at hand and looking forward to the healing process. It's not easy to do.
I think there's quite a lag between what we're saying and where it's coming up there.
Oh yeah, because she's just catching up to the card.
Yeah. And I also got a horrible feeling looking at the number of viewers that just got decimated that they probably inserted adverts. So hopefully everybody comes back in due course. Why do they do that?
I don't know. And
I do know
do you
it's-
miss anything, or do they cut things
I'm
out?
not sure whether it picks up at the exact same spot after the advert, or if you can skip the advert, that it picks up the exact same spot where we were wittering, because it'd be really frustrating if you miss your reading. You know, that would not be good.
Oh yeah, look, the viewers just like blam, tapped. So
Yeah.
either everybody's
It's
internet
like-
went off, or it's somebody's getting
No,
shown.
I've got a feeling it's adverts. So
Oh,
it's
great.
just, I don't, you know, this is the trouble. You know, we live in a society where you know, people just are greedier. And I mean,
But they think
YouTube
the
make a
attention
fortune.
span. Somebody can't watch a program for a whole hour. We're gonna
Well,
have
yeah,
to
they
interrupt
bloody
that.
well can, but you know, YouTube make a fortune out of advertising. They absolutely, like, there's more money spent on YouTube. Well, it's Google anyway. It's Google own YouTube, right? So Google make an absolute fortune on advertising. That's their primary business model. Don't ever forget that. They say they give you all this stuff for free, but if something's free, you're the product. Trust me. So they make a fortune on this advertising, and now it's not enough, I guess. Now they have to start inserting. We have no control over this. They have to start inserting adverts mid-roll on a live stream.
And they pay us
Peanuts.
Sean says, just as I started to read his card, the ad came. Well, hopefully you can scroll back or something.
Yeah. Is that? Did you get Sean just as a? Were you able to get your whole reading? It's just frustrating.
Right.
isn't it?
Helena.
Hello, Helena. All right. Anyway, let's focus on some positive stuff.
Ooh, building.
This is good. I like this card. I keep telling you, it's one of my favourite minor arcana cards. The supernals, you know, that which is above our understanding, is starting to come through here. This indicates a higher purpose. And the basic scheme of things, this is just simply, you know, home improvements or improving your living environment, which may mean, you know, could be a move.
I think it's a move, yeah.
It could be a move, yeah. But, you know, it's understand the necessity of the idea, plan, action here. Nothing takes care of itself. You know, you're involved in the process. So, in the words of the Rastafarian philosopher, we run ting, ting nor run we. So you've just got to get your you've got to keep a handle on it. Don't let it get out of control. You know, get your idea, get your plan, and make sure that you're working your plan, and things will come good for you. Really good, really good.
Yeah, this is a great time to manifest what you want and let go of what you don't want. I don't know if this is going to be like a studio apartment for just you, or if you may be open to like a house share where, you know, each person has their own private room and then they share common areas. But I feel really, really positive, like you're finding where you really belong, or you're finding your tribe or something. This looks like a really good blend of energy. So if it's a studio, you're next to people, you know, on the sides of you that aren't giving you bad vibes, that you really are enjoying, you know, talking with when you go in and out of your apartment. But it could be a house share. So be open to what comes across your plate, and see what really is going to work for you. All right, Cass.
Cass. King of Wands. This is my king of wishful thinking, and that's not a bad thing. Understand that. Oh, he's the king of wishful thinking, you know, which implies that there is no realism. There's no substance to it. It's just fanciful thinking. Well, I beg to differ. If you don't have a wish, you can't have a wish come true, you know? And aspirational thought is what improves things. If we allow our thoughts to be repressed, if we put glass ceilings on ourselves, if we say, oh, I could never do that, you have already achieved your never being able to do that, because you've manifest that barrier, you know? But allowing your thoughts to run free, allowing your creativity juices just to take, you know, full flow here, can result in some incredible things taking place. If I recall correctly, and if I'm not a historian, I know we are in the company of a historian, so perhaps I can be corrected if I've got this wrong, but it's my understanding that when Henry Ford was building the first mass production facility for cars, you know, which was world changing, to be honest, because there were such expensive things to acquire, nobody could afford one. So the change into mass production really made the car, for better or for worse, you know, available to people. But so many people told him when he had this idea, he had this concept, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, you can never do that. That could never happen. That'll never happen. And he got so frustrated, he eventually said, for God's sakes, will somebody find me a handful of people with the infinite capacity to not know something can't be done? I think...
To not know.
To not know something can't be done. I know it sounds like too many negatives, but if you're not hampered by the negative, the pull it down, that oh, that can never happen, you will find a way. So allow your thoughts to really, you know, follow your wishes, follow your dreams. Do it now.
I don't know why, but this is my card I use for Aries.
Interesting.
So it's very Mars kind of passion and drive energy. And I just felt when I saw it that it was about a new relationship.
Oh my.
So I'm going to say that by the spring, Aries time of year, I really feel that there's going to be a new someone very special. And I think you're going to take some big steps.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
Shock horror.
All right. Susan.
I pick first. You pick.
You've been picking first all day, and I'd like you to continue. We might as well just...
All right.
You've picked everybody's card, so... Oh.
Aquarius card. The star card. I love this card. Again, there's a mirroring and interlacing of 5 streams here. Pamela Coleman Smith, who also was an Aquarian, I believe, yes. She was very much into the idea of animus, you know, the spirit behind everything. Anything, you know, animal, vegetable, mineral, without spirit it is nothing, you know, it's just like a lump of components. So whilst those, you know, in high magic we have those 4 elements, you know, earth, air, fire and water, she throws in spirit all the time, and that's what I think this 5th stream is. And this is very much about the flow of things. I mean, one has to ask, where does this water come from that she's pouring into the water and she's pouring onto the land? Is it all connecting back? Is this like a flow of things? And it really is quite incredible. I mean, there's a little birdie up in the tree there. this again is a card I think about inspiration, but in a far more emotive way, rather than just ideas or trite ideas or thoughts. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if? This is like the desire to change the effing world. A very sort of, being driven by very humanitarian, higher than yourself, almost unconditional love. And it really is a very, very strong card for that. And there's so much mirroring. When we talked about, we showed the Judgment card with the 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land. Again, we've got the same thing going on here. This is this kind of balancing, this neither indoors nor out, neither on horseback nor on, whatever. You know what I mean. I'll shut up.
All right.
Let's not go all play on us, but we might.
Well, no, it's interesting. I felt like this was inviting you, Susan, to work with Adenrod, to have a connection to her and to her strength and positive energy. So maybe open that door or go through the door that's been opened for you. But I do see this being a time of balance and waking. But I think she could offer you a lot for your confidence, for your serenity, for your ability to speak well about yourself and to face challenges in ways that have very positive outcomes for you. And yes, of course, I will give Dana a card because she has given umpty-ump monies to Celtica. So I will add my little girl, my Miss Dana. All right. So Tony,
We miss you, Dana.
Tony's next.
Okay. Tony. Perception, mate. All right. Perception is key here. We look at this card, and on the face of it, it doesn't look very good. We see a blindfolded and bound woman surrounded by a person of swords on a tidal flat with a tide out.
Not surrounded.
Sharp. That's what we see initially. That's what it appears to be. When we look a little closer, and all it takes is looking a little closer, you'll see there's not a single knot on those binds. A simple shrug, they fall away. Lift the blindfold, the swords do not in fact ensnare anybody. You can walk the hell out of there. So perception is key, and this I think is what you have to realise is we can only see from where we're standing, but how we see something determines the reality of its nature. If we see a huge, almighty, insurmountable problem, that's what we got. If we see, well, here's an opportunity, that's what you got. So this very much is about, what's the word I'm looking for here? It really is about questioning the way that you perceive things, because perception is reality, Tony. It really is. There's no other way to describe it other than that. Your perception is your reality. Somebody believes something, it's how they perceive it. It's what they've seen with their eyes. It's what they think with their head. It's the perception. It's how they've handled that information that they've received. But how you look at it really matters. I can't emphasize that enough.
It's really funny how we know, obviously we know the language of the tarot. We each know what the cards mean. And then each of us will kind of hone in on something for the person that is similar to the meaning of the card, but has kind of our own psychic connection to it. This card, when he picked it for you today, I got a really strong sense of initiation.
Ooh, hello.
Right? So, there are obviously different kinds of initiations. You can be physically initiated into a group or, but I feel like this is something that you are going to remember, that's going to spark something within you to help you move forward, right? Like once the bomb is detonated, you can't undetonate it.
That's true.
So once you, I know I'm not explaining it right, but let me just, sometimes we know something. And because we know it, we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's on autopilot. We know that's going to happen. This is similar to that, but it's almost like a remembering that you planted that seed, or a remembering that you did know that. And I think it's going to initiate a section of your life. You know, we take a step and we don't realize how big the step is until it happens. Kind of on a big scale, like you met Savannah and she was halfway across the world, but you just knew.
Does that sort of thing happen?
Never. You just knew that was right. And something innate in your memory said, that's the right thing. Yeah, that's going to work out. I just know it. I feel like this time, this has to do with career. Like how you're going to take the next step or make the next move. And it's almost like you forgot you planned that 20 years ago. I don't know. But it's something big, and it's something amazing, and it's something that's going to happen. And when it does, it won't unhappen. So congratulations.
Fascinating.
I just feel it.
See, now, you know, I'm where you get that out of that card, but hey, she's
Well, that
she's
is
psychic.
an initiation.
It's got maybe blindfold,
Blindfold with
neither
the-
bound nor
the
free
free.
on this path. You'll be. Yeah,
Blindfold that
true,
you can see
true.
through a bit. All right. Dana.
Better it be that you rush upon my blade and perish, etc., etc. Dana, speaking of,
Where are you going?
Where are you going? What you doing? Well, it's interesting. I see this is, although this indicates a move, possibly across seas, it is, however, more likely to be across the Sound rather than the sea per se. It's coastal navigation, obviously. You know, you want, this is not an ocean-going voyage with a punt boat. Generally not. You need a bloody long pole if you was going to go across the Atlantic with that, wouldn't you? But I think this is the dolmen here that are standing out, those three, trees on the skyline. This is indicating, you don't need to know exactly where it is you're going, because, when you're sort of at sea a little bit, there isn't actually a perfect route. There isn't, there's courses are done sort of on bearings and they need to be adjusted for wind drift and all that kind of stuff. But so long as you've got a rough idea of where you're going and you're maintaining your track, you're maintaining your course in spite of your track, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm getting all navigational on you here. If you're maintaining your course despite your track, that's key. So just, have a mind where it is that you're going, but you're going places. That's my 2 cents.
Many times this does indicate an actual physical move. But again, I don't know why. I'm feeling that this is some sort of move forward with career.
Still going places.
So if you've gotten a big opportunity and you're a little sketchy or worried, thinking, I don't know if I want to take that step, try to get out of your own way a little bit and think, perhaps they would not have offered me that job if they didn't think I was the one who could do it. But just make sure that you get paid what you're worth, right? You're not just going to take on a title. You'd like the pay that goes with it. So I feel like there's a stirring or something's moving, something's getting itself in order. And really, if you didn't watch this whole video, and you can go back and watch the stuff about this new moon, it'd be a great time to set some intentions for career. But I feel it's really, really positive that you are definitely moving out of that rough water into smooth sailing. So if it's not career that's on your mind, whatever's on your mind, you have the mind to make it better. Okay?
So there you have it.
All right.
Listen, we need to catch up on some of our correspondence here.
Okay.
No more singing Aquarian songs. Please stop that. Sean, that was completely unnecessary, but thank you. I will never turn down donations. That's it. But do I look down? I'm sorry if I look down. My lips are chapped. I don't do chapped lips.
We're exhausted, Sean.
We are. Yeah, we're kind of tired, and I've got a hell of a day to catch up with today. So
everybody thought, oh, the shops closed yesterday. They're having a day off. No, we taught Craft of the Wise for 4 hours, and then it was hours of helping people online because things were so screwed up. And
it's all good.
It was all good, but it's just like we're tired.
Days off are not something that we get, to be honest.
But we love what we do. So, but it's just sometimes you just like to exhale a little bit.
We had to go because we have chickens. So I had to go shovel down to the chickens, and we've got a lot of bloody snow here. Let me tell you, it's not,
and it's wet and heavy. All
yeah,
right. All right. I'm gonna pull card of the week.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Bat them down, people. Things are going to start moving and grooving. You're going to have to fend them off, right? So I really think this week is about being alert, staying one step ahead.
Your country needs alerts.
And just plan and have plan A, plan B. Get yourself a step ahead. That's my...
Well, yeah, no, it's lots to do, but there's nothing here that you can't do. That's the thing. This person clearly towers above the issues that are, they're just busy.
It's like whack them up.
They're just busy, and sometimes we need to get busy. Sometimes we need to, pick up the mantle and give it large, and that, there's no skirting it. There's no avoiding the issue. It has to be dealt with. So. Much as it would be nice to be on a beach sipping margaritas, it's not always possible.
Before we sign off, you keep going.
Keep going. Oh no, she's going for the ephemeris. Oh.
Well, I don't want to misspeak, and I can't memorize things like I used to.
Will you stop saying that? Somebody have a word with her, right? I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm not in good shape. You need to stop saying these things. You need to stop saying these things. So, busy time. But there's something really interesting for those of you particularly astute. And you're probably not going to see too well here, but I'm going to hold it up and hopefully you can. Look at the footwear. Notice that this person is wearing one shoe and one boot, and the forward shoe, the leg that's forward in his stance, is a shoe, whereas the back foot is a boot. This tends to indicate if you're prepared to knuckle down and do the graft and deal with the problems, this can indicate an elevation in position or social status. So that's my 2 cents. Sometimes there is no substitute for damned hard work. But when you do your damned hard work, it tends to pay off.
All right. Somebody is pressing the acceleration pedal for these next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Mars has gone direct, but listen to what's going on.
Mercury.
Mercury. I'm sorry. Mercury's going direct. See, I told you I didn't want to misspeak, but it is. That's what it is. All right. So on the 21st, when the sun moves into Aquarius, Mercury will have reached its shadow phase, so it'll be really forward. So that's going to accelerate things. Venus is in Sag, accelerate things. Mars is going to be in loose conjunction with Uranus, chaos, war, and they are going to be in loose trine to Jupiter. It's just and Pluto moves into Aquarius that day as well. So the next 2 weeks are very, very entertaining. And then we're going to get to that full moon energy with all that other wacko stuff going on. So, read your tarot scope for the month, or get your tarot scope, go back and watch that video. And my dad had this saying when things got rough like this, he would say, well, put your hands on your ass and hold on. I think that's what we got to do.
Hold on to your own ass.
Hold on to your own butt, because nobody else is going to.
As you do. Well, there you have it. So,
Row and bury red thread. Keep us safe from all dread.
Well, unfortunately, the mouse had them, but such is.
Oh, I forgot about this gorgeous piece of kyanite that I keep in here.
Well, It's good to have a kyanite blade. Tell your friends. So, so we have some lovely pieces of kyanite at a little shop near us, if you feel that way inclined.
Are these all like mixed up?
I didn't do it.
I don't like when they're each which way.
I didn't do it. Not me.
I don't read reverse.
I didn't do it.
All right. Anyway, people,
Yes.
have a wonderful week.
Yes.
Do some really positive work. Prosperity
Yes.
will wash debt off me. So
So
it be.
mote it be.
Money is flowing to me in all good ways. Get yourself together.
Thank you, everybody, for watching us, and we will
Tell your
now go-
friends.
Yes, tell your friends. Tell your friends all about us.
Peace.
Have a beautiful
Thank
day.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna make $10 today.